spring gives way to summer and summer gives way to fall. Now that we're starting at the midway point of the fall anime season, it's just apt for me to ask this question. How has fall been treating you? Have you been enjoying this season's offers and more? Well, we can put those aside momentarily as we look a bit ahead to the winter season now, because the ride never stops for an anime fan, and as soon as the season winds down and we bade our favourite shows our emotional goodbyes, a new batch will take their place and give us something to look forward to. And given the lineup that we have today, winter 2021's shaping up to be one blockbuster season. So stay strong, don't lose hope, and let's see what the next anime season has prepared for us. We start off with Rusty to Bisco. Now, here's a fresh take on the post-apocalyptic setting. We've all heard of those natural disasters and alien invasions, but what if the phenomenon that would turn Japan into a barren wasteland was something called Rusty Wind? Thanks to Rusty Wind, allegedly brought about by mushroom spores, the world's been left in tatters, and the spotlight falls on wanted criminal Bisco Akaboshi. Bisco traverses the wastelands of Japan in search of the legendary mushroom that could put an end to the rust that's for too long cursed the earth. Now, this is a pretty strange premise that would raise eyebrows, but that's just what makes anime so amazing. You can take a wild premise like this and come up with award-winning light novels out of it. It looks like one of those surreal and super fun shows from the trailer alone, and while I wouldn't be rushing to pen this as my new anime of the season contender just yet, it seems to have the traits that could make it a mainstream hit. Ninth on the list is Orient. It's not quite Magi, but Otaka Shinobu's next work after finishing that adventure manga of hers takes us to a somewhat familiar territory. Orient also takes us to a fantasy world of the supernatural, and this time it stars a new tandem of good friends, Musashi and Kojiro. They set forth on demon-slaying quests as samurai aspirants, but unfortunately for them, the world's changed since, and demons have become the pillars of society. After saving Musashi from a near-death experience, Kojiro decides to re-pursue their old dream and return to the world of beast-slaying with one goal: fix the tarnished reputation of the samurai while ridding the world of demons. After enjoying the hell out of Magi, I really look forward to what Otaka has up her sleeve with this new series. If you're craving for a supernatural adventure series with a lot of action, then this one will be for you. This whole thing with Irregular really reminds me of Index a few years prior. A franchise seemed to be dead in the water, suddenly getting a revival, and all of a sudden, these new seasons and spin-offs keep popping up one after another. We just had the second season and Honor spin-off, and it's now time to head back to the story with the much-anticipated Reminiscence arc. The Shiba siblings' backstory and their long family history have been on the minds of lots of fans, and it's finally time to see that very important chapter animated. All shall be revealed, and you'll finally see the siblings' connections with the powerful Yotsuba family and how Mayuki got her signature admiration for her brother. It's a shame that a lot of the backstory arcs for popular light novels never see the light of day as anime due to their placements, but Irregular's a popular enough franchise to get this benefit. Fans of the franchise will love this new character-centric arc to further develop the Irregular at Magic High School universe. Ever wondered why it took this long to have an anime about cosplay and dolls? Yeah, me neither, when we consider the big mainstream ones. Well, you're in luck, as My Dress-Up Darling looks to take the rom-com genre to what seems to be uncharted territory. My Dress-Up Darling is an anime featuring an outgoing and stylish girl meeting her polar opposite, in this case, an easily flustered guy who's into dolls and clothes making. Now, that's quite a strange combination right off the bat, but having read some of the manga, I'd say that the pairing works a lot better than it should do at first glance. A simple plot, some great chemistry between leads, and lots of ecchi should make this one of the niche favourites this season. It probably won't go down as a series that's going to be remembered, but it's one that will surely lighten up your day. I found the manga irresistible, so I wonder if the anime is going to be able to relay those same feelings when I do watch it. They say all publicity is good publicity, and there's no further proof of it than Arifureta. You remember how much people hated this thing on the internet, mostly due to how it was adapted, the PS1 tier CGI, and just plain old isekai tiredness? Well, guess what? It's also one of the most popular shows being streamed back in its season, and it's getting a second season, likely thanks to all of that publicity. Fingers crossed that it will get better this time though, especially in the animation department. After all, we've got a pretty tight adventure ahead as Hajime continues his conquest through the world's labyrinths, bringing along with him his ever-growing set of female companions. Hajime's thirst for revenge may have been partially quenched, but the constant adventure of uncovering the truth behind the fantasy world continues. Intriguing arcs, like a heart-stopping adventure inside a volcano, await you in the second season of Arifureta, and if you're a fan of the series like I am, you'll no doubt be excited to see the overpowered Hajime and the gang make their return. Before we move on to the next entry, I'd like to take a break and ask for your subscriptions. A lot of the viewers still aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you do fall into that category and you've been having a great time so far, please make sure you click that subscribe button and ring the bell. It really helps my channel grow, and I'll be really happy to hit that next major milestone with your help. Right then, let's get back to the show. Next up is Tribe 9, and it's going to be a super unhinged sports anime. It comes with designs that look straight out of Danganronpa, which we'll get into in a bit. With how much the Japanese love baseball, I'm pretty surprised that we don't actually have too many anime about the sport, at least those that recently received mainstream attention. Well, perhaps baseball with a twist is going to do the trick. When the two main characters with completely different backgrounds meet up with the strongest extreme baseball player, they get themselves thrust headfirst into the world of tribes battling it out for supremacy all over Neo-Tokyo. It's got sports, it's got a sleek sci-fi look. This thing looks promising. And if you liked Akudama Drive and Danganronpa, Tribe 9 could be something right up your alley. The vibes are the same, and the three shows share the same creator. This seems to be one of those over-the-top sports madness shows, and if you're looking for something to get hyped on, Tribe 9's showing quite a lot of promise. Fourth in line is the third season of Takagi-san. Now, I didn't expect this, honestly speaking. I just can't get enough of Takagi and Nishikata's antics, and even the side characters are all super entertaining as well. So it was such a pleasure to get the news of a third season and an upcoming movie. What makes the news so much sweeter is how the third season will be coming as early as winter. If you watch something like Nagatoro or Uzaki-chan, you should know what to expect out of this show. School shenanigans between a girl and the guy she likes that she constantly teases. Among those three, I feel that Takagi has the most playful and cutest way of going at it, which is a big plus. It's just a sweet, charming show that you can turn on and relax with after a tiring day. It's a slice of life, so you can just hop in and enjoy the third season this winter, but I would highly recommend watching the first two seasons as well. In third place, we take a look at Requiem of the Rose King. When I first saw this title, I wasn't quite sure what to make of it. The title alone quickly gives you some impression of what it's going to be about, and in terms of setting, I found my predictions to be quite right. It's a story that takes us back to Middle-aged Europe, where civil wars called the War of Roses have ravaged the land. Richard's been reviled ever since birth, a cursed child if you may. Taking on both male and female characteristics, the child grew up in a life defined by hatred. Salvation is at hand though. If only Richard can help his father become king in spite of the sneers and the enemies, including the famed Joan of Arc and his own mother. Will this child bring glory to England or sink it further into the abyss? Yes, if you've guessed it by now, this is a manga take on the classic Shakespeare play Richard III. It has all the darkness you'd expect out of Shakespeare, accompanied by scandals, betrayals, and some rather unsettling themes. This is certainly meant for someone who's into something like Pandora Hearts in terms of aesthetic, which is quite ironic considering the next entry on our list. Before the previous season started, I had high hopes for Vanitas. I'm more than happy to see that the hopes weren't misplaced. The show got quite a following, and despite not getting as much mainstream traction as I would have hoped, Vanitas' first season met all my high expectations. I mean, it's not easy to get something as intricate and so unique in its atmosphere and feel as Vanitas right, but those guys at Bones did it. They freaking did it. I expect the team to bring the same energy they had for the second season, and I sure hope they get some of the key moments right. I won't spoil you too much about the content of the second season, but just let me say that if you're a big fan of Gene, you're going to be in for a treat. I hope that you can give Vanitas a shot. It's got quite the unique ambiance that you won't typically get from modern anime, and I think that the anime so far is something that everyone can enjoy. Our most anticipated anime for winter is Attack on Titan's final season. Yeah, okay, everyone saw it coming, didn't they? But there's no denying it. Attack on Titan is an anime that's defined an entire generation of fans, and it's a no-brainer that its grand finale is our most anticipated anime of winter 2021. It's been a wild roller coaster of emotions throughout the years, from the hot-blooded fights, gripping revelations, and the dramatic storyline twists and turns, Attack on Titan has taken us all on an amazing ride, and I'm both so sad and excited to see that it's all finally coming to an end this winter. Now all that's left to see is if the anime will bring enough justice to the exciting manga finale that had the entire world talking. But given how well and how much respect Attack on Titan gets as an adaptation, I expect nothing but greatness. See the hottest anime phenomenon come to its ultimate conclusion only this winter 2021. I don't think there's any doubt that Attack on Titan's final season is what most people are watching out for, but what do you think? What are some of the shows that you're personally looking forward to this coming winter season? I'd love to know your thoughts on this, so do put them down in the comment section below. I hope you had fun with this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you did have a great time. You can also check out ViniiTube on Instagram, as well as give your support through my Patreon and channel memberships. I'll see you next time, take care, and wishing you the best.